Why Spider-Man from each universe is different from the other. After No Way Home, we know that other universes have different versions of Spider-Man. Characters like Ben Reilly, Gargan, and Doc Ock have also taken the mantle of being Spider-Man at one point or the other. Each incarnation has its unique storylines, physical appearance, and even powers. Let us go through each version of Spider-Man to discover why they are different from each other. Number 1. Spider-Ham. Peter Porker was a spider living in May Porker's basement. After being exposed to radiation when she used a hairdryer powered by nuclear fusion on wet hair, she became delusional and bit Peter. After this event, Peter transformed into a human-like swine. While still retaining the strength and agility of a spider, Peter lost his ability to make his web. May Porker's bite also transferred her scientific skills to Peter and changed her perception, now believing she is his aunt. With these newfound abilities, Peter now fights crime and has since participated in team-ups with his superhero counterparts. Number 2. Miguel O'Hara, an Irish-Mexican geneticist living in the year 2099 in the futuristic city of New York. Miguel O'Hara is Spider-Man 2099. Miguel was a genius and was promoted to head of the genetics program at Alchemax. The experiment at the forefront of the program is creating corporation-controlled superpowered soldiers named corporate raiders. While trying to get rid of his addiction to rapture, he uses a gene-altering machine to cure himself. However, Miguel's subordinate, Aaron Delgado, messes up the engine and codes 50% of spider DNA into Miguel's genetic map. To hide from and fight his pursuers, Miguel conceals his identity by wearing a costume he donned for the Mexico Day of the Dead. Number 3. Spider-Girl. Mayday Parker is an MCU character who is also the daughter of Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson. Peter Parker has hung his cape in this universe and focuses on being a good husband and father. May started showing versions of the Spider-Man powers of her father at the age of 15, accompanied by inherited traits like intelligence, talent, and intolerance for unfairness. While both parents started out trying to protect their daughter and thus attempted to stop her from a crime-fighting spree, they eventually are the ones helping her grow in her superheroine role. Spider-Girl was a member of the Avengers, the New Warriors, and Fantastic Five. Number 4. Spider-Man Noir. From Earth 90214, this is Spider-Man in a noir-themed alternative universe during the Great Depression. Peter Parker becomes Spider-Man when he is bitten by a venomous spider that crawled out of an idol of a spider god. The bite caused him to dream of a spider god who promised to give him powers and woke up cocooned in a black web endowed with spider-like powers. In this universe, Peter Parker loses Uncle Ben and Ben Urich, his mentor, to criminals who worked for Norman Osborn. With a fedora hat added to his costume, Spider-Man Noir fought crime and corruption and was primarily responsible for the complete downfall of the Norman Osborn gang. Number 5. Spider-Man India. Published in India, this version of Spider-Man is a simple Indian boy named Pavitra Prabhakar who lives with his aunt Maya and Uncle Bhim. Pavitra was bestowed the powers of a spider by an ancient yogi he encountered while running away from bullies chasing him. His nemesis in this parallel world is Nalin Oberoi, a local crime lord possessed by a demon who seeks to open a passageway for all demons to invade Earth. When Uncle Bhim was stabbed to death trying to help a woman that Pavitra chose to ignore, he was overwhelmed with guilt and thus recognized the responsibility that came with his powers. Miles Morales. Miles Morales is a 13-year-old grade. He was unhappy with his powers and wanted an everyday life instead. His first crime fighting in a costume was met with a lot of resistance from people who felt that using Spider-Man's identity just after his death was in poor taste. His Spider-Man getup is a modified black and red version of the original costume with web shooters belonging to Peter Parker. In addition to similar abilities to the original Spider-Man, Miles can camouflage himself and the Venom Strike that causes short-term paralysis to anyone he touches. Number 7. Gwen Stacy or Ghost Spider. On Earth 65, Gwen Stacy was bitten by a radioactive spider instead of Peter Parker. In this alternate reality, Peter becomes the lizard and dies from the chemicals he used for the mutation. Affected by his death, Gwen is motivated to use her powers to fight crime and enemies in the police department. Gwen could fully control her symbiote after she bonded with it after losing her passion, which restored her spider abilities. Spider Gwen, as she is also known, is the only Gwen Stacy in the multiverse with spider abilities. Number 8. Spider UK. Billy Braddock of Earth 833 is that dimension's Spider-Man and adopts the name Spider UK. He was a recruit to the Captain Britain Corps. He makes his appearance in the Spider-Verse and then in Secret Wars trying to recruit other spiders for a Spider-Man army called the Web Warriors during their fight against the Inheritors to stop the interdimensional incursion converging in on Peter Parker of Earth 616. In other universes, Billy Braddock is Captain Britain, Britannic, and Captain Avalon. There you go. The lovable Spider-Man has many alter egos. Let us know which Spider-Man you like best. Remember to like, subscribe, and click on the bell icon to be notified of new videos on our channel. See you in our next The Why video.